Every Thursday evening, Margaret Wilson, a retired schoolteacher, walked to the same small diner. She always asked for the same booth, she always ordered the same meal, and she always requested a table for two. The second chair remained empty. The young waitress, Olivia, had worked there for almost a year and finally gathered the courage to ask. "I'm sorry if this is too personal, but is someone supposed to join you?" Margaret smiled warmly. "My husband, Robert, passed away 3 years ago. We came here every Thursday for 48 years. Olivia's eyes softened. "I'm so sorry." Margaret shrugged gently. "I still like keeping our tradition." Outside the diner, the world seemed to move faster every day. People stared into their phones while crossing streets. Families sat together without speaking. Neighbors often didn't know one another's names. Everyone seemed connected, yet somehow alone. One rainy Thursday, Margaret didn't arrive. Neither did the next week. Olivia worried. She remembered Margaret once mentioning the apartment building 2 blocks away. After her shift, she stopped by. A maintenance worker answered the door. "Oh, Mrs. Wilson?" He sighed. "She fell last week, broken hip. She's in rehabilitation." Olivia thanked him and left, but she couldn't stop thinking about the empty chair. The following Thursday, Olivia carried a takeout container from the diner to the rehabilitation center. Margaret looked genuinely surprised. "You came?" Olivia smiled. "You've never missed a Thursday in a year. I figured Thursday shouldn't miss you." Margaret laughed until tears filled her eyes. The next week, another waitress joined them. Then the diner cook. A regular customer overheard the story and brought flowers. Soon, a retired firefighter came with old photographs. A local musician brought his guitar. Someone else baked cookies. Every Thursday, Margaret's room filled with laughter. One afternoon, a college student visiting his grandmother noticed the gathering. He recorded a short video, not of Margaret, but of the idea behind it. He titled it, "Nobody Should Eat Alone." The video spread across social media. Within days, thousands of people began visiting nursing homes, hospitals, and senior centers in their own communities. Some brought books, some played chess, some simply listened. The movement had no organization, no fundraising, no politics, just people giving an hour of their week to someone who needed company. Months later, Margaret returned to the diner using a cane. When she walked through the door, she froze. Every booth held someone who had once been a stranger, young and old, different backgrounds, different beliefs, talking, laughing, sharing meals. Above the counter hung a handwritten sign, "Leave your phone, bring yourself." One by one, people stood and applauded. Margaret looked at Olivia. "I never imagined an empty chair could fill so many hearts." Olivia smiled. It wasn't the chair. It was the reminder. As Margaret settled into her familiar booth, she looked at the second seat across from her. For the first time since Robert had passed away, it wasn't empty. Olivia sat down with 2 cups of coffee. Margaret quietly whispered, "I think Robert would have liked this." Olivia reached across the table and squeezed her hand. "I think he already does." Outside, people hurried through another busy evening. Inside the little diner, strangers became neighbors, neighbors became friends, and one woman's quiet tradition reminded an entire community of something the modern world too often forgets. Sometimes the greatest gift we can give another person isn't money, advice, or even the perfect words. It's simply showing up, pulling out the empty chair and saying, "You don't have to sit alone today." If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.